Hey guys, how's it going? And welcome to another day of spoilers. So this day we got some awesome stuff finally for Blue, specifically Shayla and her support, and the introduction of Thunderstorm. So I am actually really excited about this. There's actually one card I'm excited about, regardless of weather attribution and all that, but let's get right into it. So first we have Mefina, Thundercloud Wizard. So this is a 2-cost 6/6 mermaid, and she has the passive of if a spell or ability you control would change a player's weather, that player's weather changes to Thunderstorm instead. So now you have this Resonator you can put into your field that passively, just every time the weather would be rain, it switches it to Thunderstorm. I don't know if that counts passively, like how the ruler's passive just makes it thunder or rain and stuff like that. I assume it works for that, so it's just always Thunderstorm instead, but I'd be curious on some clarification on that. But pretty awesome, so we got sort of a passive Thunderstorm. Next we have Lightning Dragon. So this is pretty badass looking. 4-cost 1500 dragon with flying, and this card cannot attack unless the weather is Thunderstorm. So once again, if the passive becomes Thunder with the previous card, then you don't have to worry about that. It can still block and defend. It doesn't need to have the weather be Thunderstorm to defend. It's just attacking. Having a 4-cost 15/15 with flying inside of a blue color, I think is really awesome, really strong. I'm not sure how he flies, if he just like flies via lightning. He doesn't have any wings unless they're really tiny wings. But pretty awesome looking card. I'm pretty... It's a card I would want run if I ran a blue deck, for sure. Next we have Thunder Call. So this is a 1-cost quick cast chant. As the ability of if the weather is rain, then the weather becomes Thunderstorm until end of turn. Draw a card. So there's the prerequisite that the weather has to be rain in order for this to switch to Thunderstorm. It doesn't just passively generate Thunderstorm. However, it's a good card to have, I assume. If you're running a lot of Thunderstorm related cards, I assume there'll be more. And just having draw power inside of a blue deck obviously is always great. And lastly, this is the card I liked, is Thunderstorm. So this is a 5-cost chant with quick cast. And its the ability is return all resonators to their owner's hand. If the weather is Thunderstorm, their owners put them on the bottom of their deck in any order instead. So this is basically like an updated version of the previous blue card we had, the Ancient Magic. I forget the name of it. But there was an Ancient Magic card that returned all Resonators to their owner's hand. And then it had an Awakening of you player could put a couple onto the blue Resonators onto the field. Something like that. So this is similar to that, except it's a cheaper cost if I remember right. It could be the same cost. But the big thing is this one has quick cast. And it also has the ability to throw those at the bottom. So if your opponent has a lot of cheap Resonators, which was a problem that I always had with the other bouncing ones, because you could bounce a bunch of cheap ones and they just put them back in. Or like a bunch of Resonators that have enter effects, or big ones you just don't want back on the field again. Mainly the enter effects and small cost cards, like say they had 5 Tamas. All of a sudden, not only do you get those Tamas back for super cheap. 5 Tamas, I don't know why I said 5. Say they had 4 Tamas, they were playing a legal deck, and they put them on, they suddenly get them back, and they get to draw cards with their enter effects again. So this helps put them on the bottom of the deck if you so want to, and eliminate that factor. And hopefully you don't have too much craziness on your side that you would regret putting on the bottom of your deck. But I assume it might be a little bit, these decks might be a little bit interesting that run Thunder and Rain, so that might not be too big of a deal. So yeah, that's all the cards. I'm pretty excited. We finally are getting some, not only support for Shayla, but we're finally getting the introduction of Thunder, which is something that was kind of teased back all the way in Ancient Knights with the Thunderfish thing. So cool, we're finally getting that, and I'm hoping we'll get some more support. I mean, obviously we will. This is only a couple cards, but I'm pretty excited to see what will come of Shayla, especially once she becomes unsealed. I think we'll start seeing some cool stuff. But yeah, see you guys tomorrow night.